Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. This is a piece of tissue paper that all I did was lay it in a plastic sort of pan or whatever. And then I used my Distress Oxides. I used this Wilted Violet. I used a little blueprint sketch, some Salty Ocean, wild honey, peeled paint, twisted citron, carved pumpkin, and festive berries. So those are the colors that I've used just to get a tissue paper that I can use in my altered book, because that's what we're going to work on today. And I think I'm going to put my poppies in there, even though they aren't necessarily, you know, as colorful as those. I do like the red. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put those here. Plus it kind of covers up. I did gesso these, but then I decided I wanted to do other things. So I'm going to put that there. And then this page, I'm going to fold my pages. I've got 2 pages here, so I'm going to fold them so that there's 1 pocket, 2 pockets. And then this is where we started making pockets last time. So that opens, that's a pocket. This will be this side slanted pocket. And then I have ripped out all my pages. So you'll be able to see it looks very, very sad. And you're probably thinking, how on earth is that ever going to work? But it does. It fills up real fast. So yeah, I think that it will be just fine. I think I want to put that there. I know I talked about painting on these pages, but I'm thinking I might add some of this tissue, like a piece of it. And we can do some other things. I don't know what. Sorry, I didn't plan this whole entire thing out, but I just wanted to play around and see what we get. So what I'm thinking is I'm probably going to do some little like palettes, or I don't know, what would you call them? You know, the little, I mean, it's a palette of colors, so I guess, or swatches. Swatches, that's the word. Sorry. Oh boy, some days, I'm telling you. So how y'all doing? Hope you are fantastic. I think I'm just going to kind of do, just like we did for the gnome journal. That's really what I'm after. And these are going to be a little different because they are the oxides. So you can see it's already doing a little bit of its oxidation. But I'm going to use them just like watercolors. Just so, it's just fun, I think, to have them on a page. I think they look really neat. And I know you usually do swatches for whatever you're painting or whatever, but it is what I used on that tissue paper, so. Now we're going to have some yellow. This is wild honey. Carved pumpkin was that other one. Same colors I told you at the beginning. I'm using the same ones. To dab off my brush there. I'm using the peeled paint and the citron together. I like the color of that green. And then I'm gonna do a mix of the blueprint sketch and the wilted violet to try to get kind of a violet, you know, color. Just has a little more blue in it. The true rainbow, right? Rajibiv. because there's lots of these wonderful colors in our watercolor forest. So I kind of want to get them all in there. All right, so we'll kind of let that dry. So let's come over to this page, and this is where our pocket's going to go. And I need to figure out what I want to do behind the pocket. If I want to, maybe we'll put some, like, see what it does if I do this. Hopefully I don't mess this up. That's the hard part about doing this directly on the book, because yeah, you do kind of scare yourself a little bit with it. I could just put the tissue paper on here, but I'm thinking maybe I'll just kind of use the colors that I've used in the poppy. I mean, it's a different color red, because I can use this other red too and see if it's I used watercolors to paint the poppy, so see if this candied apple one is a little, no, it looks more orangey. Yeah. Maybe I just better get my watercolors out. Where did I set them down? Oh, right here in front of my nose. Thought I set them on the floor, and I did not. See, that's got a little more of a rose than an orange in it. So we'll just use some of that too. And the advantage of doing the gesso on the page, if you are wondering, is that obviously because they're book pages, they're very porous. They suck in all of that color or all the water, and then they just get kind of fragile. And so by using the gesso, you're going to get a little bit more you can get it wet a little bit more, and it doesn't get as fragile. That's what I'm trying to say. But I'm also concentrating on what I'm doing, so I'm a little bit distracted, in case you didn't notice. I think I'll use the green in here too. I do like the, boy, my paint is getting to be a mess here. Where did I just spray that? We could even do the whole. I'm just wing-a-dinging it today, guys. I'm sort of having one of those. I'm kind of really struggling with my creativity. Like, some things I'm very creative on right now, like with the watercolor and all that. I'm just having a blast doing that. But then I'm kind of like drawing a blank on this type of thing. I don't know what is. I'm telling you, sometimes it can be very aggravating. Use just a little bit of this to get some oxidation going. It's not going to change the color a whole lot, but and then I used like a really light blue, and I don't even remember what color of blue, but we'll just put some of this one on there so it's real light. See, and I hit actual paper there, so my color isn't going to be as great as it would be otherwise, but that's okay. So then when this, oh, it is more of a, I don't know what color that was. So you mix up these colors to do this and mess yourself all up. I think that'll work. It's looking quite Christmassy up there. But I think once this is on here, we should put some of the blue too then, huh? Sorry, I'm probably making you want to pull your hair out right now, because I am back and forth and everywhere all the time. I think that's pretty close. My son is listening to music very loudly in the other room. I have my door closed, but he's playing video games. He didn't have to work today, so it's his playtime, so to speak. Okay. I think that will be good. So like this will go here. We'll do some doodling and stuff, but it's got to get all the way dry. This one's dry, so we can do some stuff over here. And I'm going to do the same thing I did with the gnome journal, where I kind of like outlined these just because I think that's fun. Not necessary at all, but I think it really adds to these, because by themselves, if you don't have anything under them, like they look really cool on book page, but I just think they're kind of plain. And I'm just doing, as you can see, very scribbly sort of little swatch or palette or whatever paint box lines. And that's, you don't have to do anything more than that or less. I mean, just do what you like. Draw some little dots and things. On this page, I did some leaves up along here. I didn't do that with you guys. I did that after, and that turned out kind of cool since I didn't get my tape on there straight. There's always ways you can cheat, right? And make it look good. Okay, and then maybe some tissue, and then maybe I'll find a picture from, I think we need to use some red just because of the poppies, and maybe if I can get over to the green. But this could not be easier to make. You literally just put it in or on a piece of plastic, whatever, something, you know, you could use like shower curtain from the dollar store. I mean, whatever. And then spritz it, and like some of my oxides I only have in the pads, so then I just put them on plastic like this and use them and spritz them and let them drip onto the tissue paper. That worked fine. No problem. So take this little bit off here. I kind of like how the spray from that came over there. So we're just having fun, basically, because I don't know. I don't know what to do, so I'm just doing. This is not a tutorial. This is just me playing. I mean, other than like I've been showing you how to do the altered book, you know, that kind of part, I guess, is sort of like a tutorial, but you can do it so many ways. And there's so many videos out there. If you search altered books, you will get an eyeful for sure. There's lots. So, and like I said, I learned from Gail Augustinelli, so she's of course fabulous to watch. I'm sure most of y'all watch her. But yeah, lots of people have done these, and they are super fun to do. This is kind of extra fragile with having the paint on there. I guess it just sort of, you know, makes it a little more fragile. So just be careful. It is a little tricky to glue, I have to say. But it turns out real neat. And I liked how it kind of folded in spots just, you know, on its own, and it really gives it that tie-dye effect, which is very cool. I think. I'm going to put it a little more straight this way. Okay, maybe we're just going to take that little piece off rather than fight with it. Oh, this almost looks like a leaf right here. It's crazy. And it's kind of, once it's down, that's where it is, because, like I said, very, very fragile now. So just be aware. I thought I cut out more pieces. Hold on just a second. Okay, found them. I have stuff in all different stacks everywhere, and then I can't find anything. All right, so we're going to use the hummingbird on there. I think it'll look good with the poppy on the other page. So I'm going to tear that out because I want torn edges, not straight edges. So yes, I apologize for not being very organized today. I just could not think of what in the world I wanted to do. Like, my brain won't settle down. It's all over the place, which makes it very hard for me to come up with something concrete, you know. I don't know. I have that problem. My focus needs more focus, as I used to tell my son. He's got the same. It's so funny because Aiden is the creative one. Like, she's the one that likes art and doing all that like I do. And she struggles a little bit too with that, like, attention deficit type stuff. But Theron and I take the prize. I mean, honestly, sometimes it's like, can you just focus, please? And I used to tell him that all the time when he was little. Your focus needs more focus, and I understand it because I struggle with it as well, but he really struggled. I mean, he always did good in school. He never, like, had a teacher say, oh, he's not paying attention, or, you know, he's being naughty in class, or, you know, none of those kind of things at all. I want a spot to write, if you're wondering what in the heck I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to accomplish here. I know, it's brutal. Don't know that I want that much. Yeah, so it wasn't like he ever couldn't do his homework or nothing like that. He was always a super good student. It's just sometimes we are all over the place. Okay, I'm going to ink around that. And then I have other times where people are like, oh, you're so organized. And yeah, at that moment, I probably am. But the rest of the time, it's just train wreck coming down the tracks. So I'm kind of going through the train wreck mode right now. I know I have that stamp pad somewhere. Where did I put it? I think my problem right now is that I've been doing so many different things that I just don't have my normal items close at hand, is why I keep having to stop. Because I've been doing the watercolor and the shorts and all those things. Doing it to myself, but it doesn't make the mess any less, knowing that. Okay, that's gonna go there. The struggle is real, is all I'm gonna say. And I'm sure you all can relate. Especially if you have that problem of focusing. I envy the people who don't have that problem. I always thought, because my son will say, well, Mom, why didn't you ever do anything about it? Why didn't you ever get medication or something? It's like, what are you talking about? When I was growing up, nobody even knew these things were a thing. Like, it wasn't even a thing. I don't know what else to say other than it wasn't a thing. So I didn't even know I had that problem until he started talking about it. And I started looking into it, you know, because I just thought everybody thought the way I do. And I was like, oh my gosh, I like do all of that stuff. So yeah, it's just weird. It's crazy how, you know, things that you thought were totally normal or that everybody did or whatever, isn't. Like, it's not a normal way to function. Okay, and then I think this is a 0.5 or whatever you call these, the Micron 05. And I'm just gonna kind of do a little frame around it. Might get my stamps out that I put away that I used for the gnome journal, because they'd be kind of fun too with this, the little painterly like ones. My little funny corners. That one's covered. I like it. I like that tissue paper because it gives it, I thought about painting it, but then I was like, something like that might be kind of cool because it would give it some texture too, which is always fantastic. Could have a little mushroom. Do I want a mushroom? I don't like the direction of that. I like the mushroom, but kind of maybe just a little script. This is tissue paper that I just stamped all over with a script stamp and my mushroom stamps and Tim Holtz stamps and all the stuff when I ran out of Tim Holtz tissue. So I was like, I'm going to try to make some fun tissue. So you can do that if you don't have any of the Tim Holtz tissue and don't necessarily want to buy it. You don't have to. You can make something fun on your own. Which is always a good idea anyway. Even if you do have the Tim Holtz tissue. I don't want to put it on my hummingbird. That's for sure. I love hummingbirds. They are cleaning me out of, what do you call it? I thought I had another piece. Sugar water lately. I mean, fast. I just made some again last night, but it'll probably be gone tomorrow. I'm only doing 1 feeder this year. Sometimes I do 3, but I don't know. I just didn't. I just did 1 this year. So I'll just have to change it more, which is fine. I love those little birds. And I am loving the squirrels. They just are a hoot. I know they make a mess, but they're so funny. They're so sassy to my cat. He needs that. He needs somebody to be a little sassy to him. He gets his way a lot. So it's good when he gets a little sass from somewhere. I like it. Because he rules the roost around here, so it's good for him to not rule the roost everywhere. Yes, I like that. That is fun. Okay. Maybe we can just do some cool... Oh, you know what we should do? Just give me a pile of junk, people. Just give me a pile of junk. And I'll be happy for days. Let's get some other stamps. I'm just making my pile worse. I'll put that there before I do something to it. Oh, there's my painterly ones right there. I thought I put them over back in my... I have like a bin for them. I pushed a little too hard on that. Got a little carried away there. Did I just stick that? No. I thought I stuck the corner of the book into the black. Not that that would surprise me by any means, but... Fabulous. That is... No. Sorry. I have a million little spots where I put these. These ones just all got washed. So they're nice and clean. A little spatter one in here. Piece of paper. Yes, there it is. Oh no, that's roses. Yeah, this one would work. Dots. Bunch of dots. I don't know where my splatter one went. It's getting very busy, isn't it? Okay. Before I make a mess, a bigger mess. That right there needs a little something. This one's like sliding off of its foam. Probably from washing it. They just get so gross. Push on that right, because it was right in the crease of that page. Okay, let's do our little doodly boxes around this. little number there. Might need a little bit of that tissue, huh? For it to look right. Okay, just put this piece, even though it's torn and stuff. Is that the right way? Yeah, the number. Duh. Sorry, apologize for the ditz moment there. Happens quite frequently. When the number is going the right direction, Amy, that means that's the right side. Oh boy. Come this way a little bit more. Oh no. It's the only problem with tissue. I'm sure there's a better way. It would be better to use, what do you call it? Matte medium or something like that. That's probably the smart way. You might want to do the smart way and not the Amy way. Okay. That's going to end up covering that, but I'm not that worried about it. I can add that number again. I have that stamp, so. I just wanted a little something back there and kind of down here too. This is the actual Tim Holtz tissue. It's much more durable than the one I have, the one I made. Because mine's just regular old white, you know, cheapy tissue paper that I've just stamped. Is this too busy? You guys tell me what you think. You can tell me. I feel like that page is a little too busy. I mean, it's fun, but it's a little busy. Okay. Maybe. I think that just something about it is like, makes me want to stamp it and stuff. I don't know if it's the gesso, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like it needs something. Just put, you're probably saying, you just said it was busy and you keep stamping. I know. Okay, I think that's good now. It's a problem. Okay, so I'm going to use my art glitter glue. You could definitely use the, what do you call it? And I'm going to glue this all the way down because I think one pocket here is enough. Like I said, with all the pockets that are in these, you want to kind of be careful of how thick you make it. It's going to get alligatory. I mean, I have not figured out how to not do that. You just have to not hardly put anything in it to get it to not be alligator mouth. But I tried not to make it a complete ridiculous gaping open book. But if you really like the gator mouth, then by all means have at it. I just like it to sort of, I like gator mouth, just not too much. Okay, so there's that pocket, and I have no idea what I'll put in that pocket. Maybe we could use one of the tags from the kit. I don't think they're big enough. Even the big one I don't think is big enough. But we can make one. Let me see. I don't know what I want to, just going to add some little marks on these circles. I think they're more interesting that way. Found where there are spots that aren't glued, huh? And you're going to have to do this, or unless you're way better at it than I am, but because even the page on the other side, this page, I had some lifting along there, and you just have to go in and fix stuff periodically when you're making these books, because it doesn't, you know, you're gluing paper onto pages that are like dipped and stuff, and so sometimes along here they just don't stick right. But I mean, it's easy to fix. It's not like a big deal. So just marks. I don't know, I was going to write something else there, but I don't know what, so I'll stop. All right, so there's those, but we do need something for the pocket, and I never did figure that out. I kind of like this because it brings some of that color over. Let me see. This is 2 book pages glued together. And sorry if there's any bad words. Like I said, didn't write it. Almost feels like the writing is crooked. just checking to see if it fit in the pocket. Okay, that's going to fit in there. So we will turn that into something. Just, I was just thinking I should probably, not that you guys can't figure this out, I'm not saying that, but I'm going to just go ahead and show you for those that want to know how I would do this next page's pocket. So you're going to want to fold it like rather than in half. And you try to make it as straight as you can, which is tricky because again, we're working on a surface that is, especially at the beginning and the end of the book, the best way I can tell you is to line up your edges with the edges of the book page. And that usually will give you a pretty straight fold. I mean, it might not be 100%. And then I'm actually going to fold it the other way. It's just that was the easiest way to get hopefully straight-ish. So then I would glue down this side and down this side, and I'd have one pocket. And then the next pocket, I'm going to kind of look at this and try to say, you know, I want about that same roughly distance, which this one's going to almost be into the edge of the book there. And then again, we will fold it to the other direction. So then you're going to get a pocket here and a pocket here. I don't want to glue these down yet because I want to cover them and then glue them down, just so you get that nice, I didn't get that very even. You know, it gets all the way covered before you glue it down, because it's hard to get the perfect size strip and all that. It's just a lot easier to do it this way and then cover it and then glue it when you're all done, when you get it just the way you want it. This doesn't want to. Okay, but I will go ahead and glue these parts down. I think I'll use my glue stick. Glue stick got way sticky from sitting open. And then you just glue it down. And then I'll cover it with some decorative paper and then glue the sides. The biggest thing is making sure you get the corners so that it's not catching on stuff. So then I'll have one pocket, two pockets on that one. So that's how you do those, the 3-page ones. I mean, you can, there's different ways. Like I said, if you go look up altered books, Treasure Books is another one that does a really good altered book. You'll find a million ways. Then we have our top pocket, we have this side loading pocket, and so on and so forth. So you just keep going like that. But that is where we are today. I think I'll stop there. I really have time to do that one. I need to tear it down a little bit more, I think, so it fits in there better, but you guys get it. That will get covered and go in there, and I like the poppies. I think they're good. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you give it a try. I know a lot of you have said you're going to do one or are in the midst of doing one or whatever. So yeah, I think it is a lot of fun, and you can make it as colorful and crazy as you want like mine, or you can go with just covering the pages with a digital or scrapbook paper or whatever you like. So you don't have to go you don't have to go to this craziness. But anyways, I don't know. I think it's fun. All right. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys again soon. Love ya. Bye.